Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Come on. No. Check that. We're on mic 52 right here.
Back to throw now on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now a handoff looking right, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Hey, look at me, zipper.
54 Mike. Tackles. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. I'm coming.
Second and 11. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10. Now back to throw. James has got it, complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On the ready.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Rip left.
Hey, lock it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
54. I'm here all day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down. 3 down.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with a field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll throw now on the final play. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you, boy. Big air, big air, big air. Go. Motion. Mike's 4-2. It's coming this way,
Looking to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch right. I don't think you got it, son. Trump. Bring 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Come off the ball, huh? Mike 52. Bring it. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
He'll drop to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
53, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. 53's the mic. 53, check 53. We own hustle. We own this.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the 1st half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now a give, right side. Sheffield.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Danny. Mike 42, and get it up.
They'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here I come again.
5.
Here I come again. Hey, watch that. Check.
Hey.
Mike, 54. Oh, you got D? 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You must be dreaming.
5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone. Shoot.
They'll set up a throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
General West. What? Squeeze. Go.
Back to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for the Lions. 45 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field.
Look at me. Go.
Check 49.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. The open man is Smith. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. Stephen Weatherly. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Ben Gideon gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike 42, Mike 42. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 12. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard
Check
line.
Mike 54. Mike 54. We got it.
Topper!
Shoot.
Hey, Sam off! Let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Greystone, travel.
He's cracked.
Fan! Get it!
He'll look to throw. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now Bullock to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. One score. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check it out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Banjo. 42, Mike, 42. I'm coming after you. Check, 42's the Mike. Check, 42's the Mike.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Let's go. 60 or.
Too little, Captain.
They'll set up to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. I'm scared. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Silver.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway, but boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
Yeah, short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now it brings up 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
You ready?
54. Mike 54. Man, I got you.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike 54. Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. So we got man.
Yes.
2nd and 4. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Bullet good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Take left. 4 down. 42 to Mike, boys. 42 to Mike. Coming to you. Mike, 4 left below.
Now back to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
16 yards. And the Vikings first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Mike 40.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He's back to throw. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down.
You can't block me. Hey! Check 31. Check 31.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Watch the screen.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now they try the right side here. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go! Hard! Hard! Go! Go!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's
Definitely feel like that because